welcome back. Massive stage, maybe even bigger than some of your UFC fights appearing on Netflix to the co-main event or to the lead up to the Joshua Jake fight. How excited are you to perform this Friday night on Netflix?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here.
When did this fight with Tyron come to be? Obviously, you mentioned like Chris Weidman. Chris was injured. When did you realize you would be fighting Tyron instead?
Wow, that's a good question. But I'm happy when I received the the change opponent because Chris hurt arm and oh my God, that's the fight I like to to take it. But I'm so happy because Tarom is an amazing fighter and accept the fight in couple weeks, and this is amazing.
What are you expecting from Tyron as an opponent? He hasn't fought since 2020.
He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. Is nobody go inside the ring is not tough. And you need to respect everybody go inside the ring.
Sometimes it feels like you're continuing to fight, but there's a lot of time in between your fights. Do you think once you fight Tyron, you'll fight again quickly, or is it now at this stage of your career finding the right person at the right time?
Well, I I love my job. I love something about fight. Doesn't matter boxing or kickboxing. Fight is a fight. I love fight, and I believe in. After that, I waiting for Chris Weidman.
Still in boxing?
Yes.
When you look at the UFC these days, I feel like it's missing some of the stars that we once
It's
had.
a different sport. UFC is different sport.
For sure. But I'm talking about why do you feel the UFC doesn't have the stars that we're seeing in boxing these days?
I mean, boxing is different. Have a different stars. Is a different sports. MMA is different sports. Completely different sports. It's a new generation coming in both. And I'm so happy to continue doing something I love in boxing because I start training box when I'm kid. And I'm so happy to be here.
What do you think happens between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua?
Wow, that's very interesting fight. Jake have a chance because doesn't matter happens. Two fights and go inside the ring. It's 50-50. A lot of people think Jake will lose and this and that, but Jake's a good fighter. Improve a lot.
A lot of MMA fans still consider you maybe the biggest star in the sport walking. They want to watch your fight and they're not interested. They consider you the main event. So I'm curious, do you still feel like the love and appreciation from the MMA fans even though you left that sport?
Absolutely, absolutely. My fans keep help me to continue doing something I love, and I respect the MMA community, and I change my sport because I believe in the boxing give me the chance to prove my respect for boxing community. That's I'm here.
Have any of your former UFC alumni or friends reached out to you excited about this fight or asking you what it's like dealing with Netflix and everyone?
Well, a lot of people call me, my real friends call me and say, "Congratulations, bro. You keep doing something crazy." And they say, "Yeah, because I'm crazy."
Did Dana White call you?
No, he's not call me. I don't talk to Dana for a long, long time. But a lot of people talking about Dana, talk bad about Dana, but it's a business. He's a businessman. He stay in the business for many, many years. It's tough you say something bad about Dana or something good. Because it's only about business. It's numbers. Numbers don't lie. When you don't make the same numbers, why I keep you here? That is Dana's is Dana. Is a boss.
We've seen a lot of your former UFC fighters also fight in Brazil too, like Bando and fought and Tyron fought and everything. So I know you're doing this differently, but do you want to go back to Brazil and put on another big event like that too?
Well, I have my plans, and Jake and I and Nakisa go doing something very special for the fans in the world, the MMA fans. Well, it's very tough to say something about Joshua or Jake. I'm waiting for this fight because I'm so exciting. But, you know, Jake have a lot of chance to win, and a lot of people think he not. But I believe in Jake.
Because people will be surprised to hear you say that. Obviously, you're a great, fighting mind. What is it that you see in Joshua and Jake that makes you think they're strong?
I mean, Joshua is the best fighter and have a lot of experience in boxing. He's a heavyweight guy, and but Jake improved a lot, and the people need respect both. Because it's not everybody have a sorry my language, but have a balls for come inside the ring and fight.
Anderson, what do you make of Dana White and the UFC trying to go into boxing?
Well, I mean, I think it's a different sport. And I don't like to talk about that because the people think I'm not respect Dana or disrespect somebody. But I believe in the boxing is a different sport and it's very old sport and a lot of people in this sport need respect and it's not about how much money you have to put in the best fights together, but traditional and respect.
And just real quick, you mentioned Weidman. Is there any other names that interest you?
Well, now in my mind is a Weidman, because I think a lot of people like to see this fight again.
Because that happened under MVP.
Yeah, absolutely.
You hoping that's fairly soon, or you'd like to break out?
Very soon, very soon. I think Chris have one more month is come back to training, and I'll see you in the next event.
You touched on the differences between UFC and boxing. How do you experience those differences? Has it felt different structurally? Has the way things work felt different for you?
Wow, my coach think the MMA is hard, but I think box is more hard than MMA, because you in MMA you have different disciplines, but in boxing you can lost your attention and your footwork. In MMA, you have different disciplines. You can hold the guy and putting the guy on the ground. It's brutal sport, of course, but I think from my vision, boxing is hard. It's very hard.
What do these kind of fight nights, what do they mean for you at this stage of your career? It's been your life fighting, but what does a fight night mean to you now?
Fight is something. Wow, let me try to explain for you. Sorry, my English, right? So, but everybody have your professional job. When you make successful in your professional job is because you love, because you have a passion. You wake up in the morning and feel something inside your heart to doing your job. That's the same feel I have inside my heart when I have opportunity to fight. You're welcome.
There's an old boxing saying, styles make fights, and I was wondering in preparing for a boxing match versus a UFC fight, how you thought about that, especially fighting someone who also used to fight MMA. Are you looking at your opponent's MMA style to try to figure out what their boxing style might be against you? How do you sort of view style as in MMA versus boxing?
Again, it's a different sport, and I'm lucky because I trained in box for many, many years, and I have my coach, Coach Dor and Coach Nico, to help me to change little parts in my game to make my box better, improve my respect for boxing community. But it's a different sport. You know, when I fight boxing, and doesn't matter is a MMA guy doing transition for boxing or boxing guy. You know, I need you training hard to fight boxing. You're welcome. Thank you, guys.